For a virtual experiment on density and specific gravity, you're going to go to content, click in person lab resources, and since we are in week 2, you scroll down and click week 2. Here you have the information on how you're going to do the virtual density and specific lab. Because of snow, we cannot have class, so you have to do this virtually. The report is due on Sunday, but I strongly, and I repeat one more time, I strongly advise you to do this as soon as you can. So here are the instructions. Download the density PPSX file found directly below this post. This is an interactive simulation that will help you complete the file in step 3. Step 3 is another file. Okay, so the file in question is right here, density PPS3. Just click it, it's gonna download for you. Or you can click the down arrow and download. Okay, you can click this arrow and download, or click the link and it will download. Step 2, you need to read all the instructions and execute the experiment. Okay, and the instructions are found in that PowerPoint type of a file, which is this file. This file is what is the PPSX. Next, you're going to download the Excel file titled density WSIM prelab and CalCheck file found below. The calculations checker does not work in the online preview, so be sure to download this file first before using it. It's an Excel file. This used to be a prelab, but I am making it a report. So here is the file in question down here. You click the density W simulation prelab or web simulation prelab and check CalCheck file. It's an Excel sheet. It tells you the type of file. This is an Excel sheet. That one is a PowerPoint presentation. And then the next step, you need to record the measurement in the Excel sheet you downloaded in step 3. The measurements are going to be found from the density PPX. So here are the two files. You need that file, the PPSX file, and you need the Excel sheet, which is this. I minimized it, but you know it can be big. This is how it will look like, and you'll be needing to write measurements in here. Those measurements come from this other file, so you'll work the two files together. Here are the two files. This is the PowerPoint density PPSX. The one on the right is from step 3, density W simulation prelab CalCheck. So click to enter. I'm selecting here, it says click on a sample to select the material. So let me select my gold, and then I click the block, so it goes to be measured. So it's 386.20. I'll say 386.20, and the units is in grams, so I type grams there. Then now I need the volume of water, so I'll go to measure volume. So now read the volume here. It's increasing. We did this in the first lab. It's increasing by ones, so I'm believing that point right there is supposed to be 19. Now the uncertainty is supposed to be a tenth of every increment, which is 1. So uncertainty is plus minus 0.1. But this file doesn't care, so I'll just write 19, my units, this volume of a liquid, so it's milliliters. Okay, then next it says click on the graduated cylinder to place the cube in the cylinder. Record the data to calculate the density. Click on the button to go back to sample selection. So let's click on this block so it enters the cylinder. You notice that the volume goes up and is going up to 39. So I'll come here, volume of water and sample is actually 39, and it's supposed to be 39.0 plus minus 0.1, but this Excel sheet doesn't care. Okay, so next it's asking me the volume of the gold cube. Now if you look closely, it gives you hints. Okay, so we are looking for the volume of gold cube. So it tells me, it gives me a hint and tells me if I want to do that, then I can do row 3 minus row 2. That's what's telling me here, row 3 minus row 2. You want to subtract the volume of water from the volume of water plus the sample. So row 3 minus row 2. So 39 minus 19. 39 minus 19 is gonna give me what? I can even tell Excel to do this for me. So it's giving me 20, and you see it tells you correct. That is what it means by validated. Any row that has validated, that tells you that it grades you instantly. You know if there's a mistake. So if it's incorrect, you have to repeat your math. Now that is a process you're going to repeat for all these. Just follow the steps. You should be able to do all this. For specific gravity, I'm referring you to the handout. I'm referring you to the handout in your lab because you have to also learn. I'm referring you to this handout. If you go to page 7, page 7 has a formula for finding specific gravity. And step 5, there's another file. So you lastly download the doc file titled Virtual Lab Part 2. It's titled Identify Unknown Mirror Graphing. So it's a doc file that you'll have to submit as a PDF later. And then you follow the instructions in that file, save it as PDF and submit. So the file in question is this one. So these first 3 files are the ones you're going to use for your virtual experiment. Lab 2 is what, Lab 2 density and specific gravity is what we would have completed in person. So for now, you can focus on the first 3, but in the steps in this virtual lab part 2 document, I'll be referring you to some pages in this other document. Okay, so this document right here is different from the other 2. It's different from this, and it's different from that. It's a totally different lab activity, and this is how it looks like. So let me download it. I show you how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. It tells you on what to do, but generally you want to plot a graph in Excel software. Excel software is this green software right here. This one. Okay. So you'll transfer the data. You transfer this data. What I did, I copied this data. Okay. And then I pasted it on the Excel software. Then all that is left is for me to click a few steps in the software to give me the graph. Now if you don't know how to plot, this link right here is a YouTube link that will take you to, I don't want to open it, that will take you to the YouTube website where the man there will teach you on how to plot. So it's a similar process that is following on finding density. So you'll plot, and the slope of the graph, the gradient or the slope of the graph is gonna be the density. Just follow the instructions, it tells you what to do. That's the major activity here, to plot the graph and label it accordingly. Okay, you have to label it accordingly, the y-axis, the x-axis. Give it a title. Draw the line of best fit, is called a trend line, and then show the equation. The link here tells you how to do all that. You want to identify what unknown mirror this is that gave this data. The answer is either aluminum. Okay, the answer is either aluminum, iron, zinc, copper, brass, lead, or bronze. So based on the density, which happens to be the slope of your line, you will identify which metal was used in this experiment. So you'll copy the graph from your Excel file and paste it here. I repeat, on the question part for 6 points, you'll paste your graph here. Don't submit that graph to me. I don't need it. I need this file for submission. So make sure you copy that graph that you're going to generate. Here, there's a graph you'll generate here. Just click almost outside the periphery of the inner part of the graph. It will select everything, copy, and just paste it into the Word document here. And then based on your graph and calculation of density, which metal is the unknown sample most likely to be? Explain your reasoning. So it's one of these. You can look up online their densities and compare it with the slope of your graph. That will match one of these. And then you'll explain your reasoning. What made you sure that that was the answer? So that is part 2 of the virtual experiment. So I've walked you up to step 5. So step 6, you need to submit 3 files by clicking activities, assignment, report 2, density, virtual lab. Please attach your Excel file, the first one, from step 3, that contains all your data. And then you also need to attach a file showing calculation of your work. So as you work on this first Excel sheet, you're gonna put numbers in here, and there's a point you have to calculate density. I need the work for density of the gold, density of the lead, density of the mystery unknown metal cube, and then density of water, density of the oil, and then density of the alcohol, density of the mystery cube, and then the specific gravity of oil, specific gravity of alcohol. So you will write it on a paper or your notebook, take a picture, save it as PDF. That is what I need here. You'll upload your first Excel file that has all that data, and then you'll upload all your calculations. And then for the third one, you're going to upload a PDF version file of your file that you worked on to identify the unknown metal by graphing from step 5. So this Word document, you will have to save it. This one, you have to save it as a PDF. The virtual density lab part 2, you'll save it as a PDF after you've answered question 1 and question 2. So there are 3 things that you'll be submitting for this virtual lab. So if you go to activities, then assignments, then click report 2. This is where you're going to be attaching the 3 files. You add file, finish, and add the second one, finish, add the third one, finish. Be sure to hit submit. If you don't click submit, I will not receive it. Again, you have to upload 3 files before you hit submit. Don't submit 3 times. Upload file 1, upload file 2, upload file 3, then submit. Let me try uploading 3 files. Let's see. So let me assume I'm uploading these three. Let's see. See? It adds the three files at once. Then you hit submit. But those files are those that you've completed. Do not submit me a blank file because that will be a 0. Okay. So I don't need to submit those to myself. So I've shown you how to submit your three files. The instructions again are here in the submission link. The same instructions you saw on the other side are the same instructions you'll see in the submission link. So you will not say that I did not know what to submit. It's listed here. And I'm recording the video. You can play it so you can remember what you're going to submit. The first one is an Excel file that has all your data entry, which is this file right here that has all the data entry from step 3. This is from step 3. That's the first file. Okay, and then the second one that you're going to attach is going to be your file showing your all your calculations for densities and the 2 specific gravity calculations. And then the third one is gonna be the virtual one, the one that you're going to complete in the Word document and save it as PDF, this one. I've repeated myself enough. I think I'm clear. Those are the 3 documents you're going to be adding here. Okay, and again, the original documents are still attached here as a backup on the submission link. Do not forget to hit submit once you've attached your 3 documents. And that will complete our missed lab 2 that we would have done in person. You have to do it virtually. So because if we meet on Wednesday, we are doing lab 3. So be sure again to do the pre-quiz of lab 3 before it's too late. I sent you a reminder earlier today on what's due today. So make sure you complete those 2. So that is what you're going to do for our density virtual lab that was supposed to be on tomorrow, January 26th, 2026.